Well, if government worked the way that it should, which is to protect the American people and to regulate society, which is to govern, that's what govern means, then the Koch brothers and the Koch industries would have been shut down years ago for unethical practices and violations against both humanity and the environment.
What is it? They were indicted 300 times for oil spills in, I believe, in Texas.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
because they were able to purchase the politicians in Texas, they got it down. They actually had it reduced down to one indictment and a $20 million fine, which is nothing. Even the $350 million fine that they would have faced is still nothing compared to how much the Kochs have in assets. It's not going to hardly dent their bottom line.
The Koch brothers make $13 million a day, every day.
I think the worst thing that the Koch brothers do, that it's worse than buying the politicians, is buying elected judges, because we shouldn't have elected judges, and the fact that and this is anybody who contributes to anybody who has elected judges is an idiot, but like when you pay for a judge, it ruins, like, the system is just it. Like, that should make people so angry, because when I go and see a judge, then I'm getting a different treatment than this guy who paid for him. So that bothers me more than anything, is when judges are taking campaign contributions. And and the Koch brothers operate in a lot of states where they have elected judiciary. The state Supreme Court is elected.
Absolutely.
And they have both Antonin Scalia and Clarence Thomas right now in their pockets.
Which is already kind of a dangerous premise.
Clarence Thomas is really owned by Monsanto, but I'm sure he sells himself out. Danny, sorry.
Well, another reason is that the Koch brothers in particular, they are the second wealthiest family in the world. I mean, second only to the Walton heirs of Walmart. Pretty much the Koch brothers are today the equivalent of, I would say, of Nielsen Rockefeller 40, 50 years ago. Oh, come on.
I don't agree. I mean, you just gave a great example. The Waltons, nobody talks about them because nobody knows their names. Like, yeah, can you guys name the Wall kids, the heirs to Walmart? But we all know Charles, David. Like, to me, they're more of a name to put out there to be attacked. Yeah, and they do wrong. They deserve the attacks that they get. But, like, we don't talk about, like, we should focus more on J.P. Morgan, Citigroup, these other.
Those people are, well, you have to understand that we talk about the Koch brothers, and when we talk about the Waltons, it's because these are the proclaimed 1%. These are the people that come from forms of aristocracy.
And we do talk about the other people.
They are the largest. It's no different. The only time that this is different is when the conservatives talk about George Soros. In reality, he doesn't come from aristocracy. He came from a meritocracy. He is a self-made man. But I'm making a point that Greg Palast has been leading investigational charges towards the Koch brothers for over the past 25 years. The Koch brothers have even contributed largely to both the Clinton campaign, also one of the ones that funded his earliest campaign efforts, as well as Bob Dole's. As far as the Koch brothers are concerned, they're not motivated by any religiosity. It's the type of ilk these people associate with. Their father, in many ways, what you spoke about during the civil rights movement, was a known associate of Joseph MacArthur and Jim Crow. But it's what they are is a remnant of the 1%, the robber barons. And to be honest with you, and that is the robber barons of today, or the Koch brothers and the Walton family, is because they are a family and they own 78% of their company. Yes, the little faceless people, the faceless institutions such as the banks, I agree, are a much bigger problem, and that's more on a social level, cultural level, economic level, as well as a regulation level. But when you get down to the Koch brothers in particular, a lot of it has to do with, well, you're talking about PBS. You have to understand, PBS's subsidies were cut by the federal government, but yet again they were reallocated in a way because who received oil subsidies from the federal government? David and Charles Koch.